Hi everyone, I wanted to put out some feedback on your reference list and update you for the class coming up here in the next week or so. I hope you're all doing well. I'm outside right now, as you might be able to tell. It is a beautiful Kansas day right now, but it's supposed to storm later, so hopefully it's not all too bad, but it might be. Um, if you turned in your reference list, you should have a grade and feedback back on that, so make sure that you see that. Um, if you do not, then please email me. But you should, everyone who turned one in should have theirs back. And again, if you do not, please email me. I gave feedback in a couple of different ways. Either I just wrote out comments in the comment area. Some of you, I put comments actually on the document in Blackboard, so you may have to take an extra step to see those. A few comments there. So just be on the lookout for that. If you had to email me your assignment, there's an attachment in the email with some comments on the document itself. So just make sure you can see comments, you get the feedback. Big thing with my feedback, and I do this on the first drafts as well, I don't correct every single thing every time it happens. So for instance, if you did not italicize the volume number for the journal, I comment on it one time, but I don't fix every single one or comment on every single one. It's your duty to realize that that's a mistake that you may have made or misunderstood, and that you need to go through and fix all of them. That's how we learn. So make sure that you are getting the feedback that I give you, but then applying that to the rest of your reference list and the rest of your paper when you get your paper back, and so on and so forth. Um, the the references were good overall. People seem to have the peer-reviewed idea down pretty well, and again, just did well overall. I just wanted to give a couple pieces of main feedback, I guess. Probably the semester to semester, and I'm probably going to end up making a specific video on just this, but um, one of the mistakes that I see in formatting for the APA references is people use too many uppercase letters in their article title. So remember, the article title and the journal title are two different things. And in the article title, or the title of the article, the only letters that are supposed to be capitalized are the first letter of the first word and the first letter of a word that's after a colon, or any proper nouns or things like that. So, for instance, if the title of the article is Honoring the Therapeutic Relationship, the whole story, all you capitalize is the H in honoring and the T and the after the colon. You don't you don't capitalize anything else. That kind of goes against what we've learned a little bit, because titles are supposed to be capitalized, but that's not true here. So even if on your article, which it will, on your actual article that has capitals for the title, that's not what you do in the reference listing assignment. So, or the reference list in any APA. So please keep that in mind. The only other time that you capitalize something is if it's a proper noun of some sort. So if the title was Honoring the Therapeutic Relationship, exploring Freud's side of the story, right? So the H would still be capitalized. The E in exploring would be capitalized because it's after the colon, but then the F in Freud would be capitalized because it is a proper noun. So if there is a proper noun somewhere in there, a name or a destination or a titled thing, then it's important to capitalize that as well. But anyway, that's probably the mistake that happened most. Other things are just stay consistent from reference to reference. So if you have mainly peer-reviewed articles from different peer-reviewed journals, then stay consistent. You know, if you italicize one volume number, then probably you need to italicize the next one too. APA is all about consistency, and I know it may seem really kind of confusing and silly right now if you're just learning it. Trust me, when I first started learning it, I got so frustrated with all the little rules and just seems so stupid to me. But after you use it for a while and you get the hang of it, some of you may have had the same experience with MLA. It's actually very organized and very logical and makes quite a bit of sense. So you're just going to have to kind of take my word for that, I guess, even though it may be hard to. Anyway, so that's just some general stuff on the reference list. Coming up, we have the outline and note cards due this coming Friday. So make sure you're working on those. You're working away. I hope you're knee-deep in reading all of your articles and taking notes and trying to come up with themes for your paper, because your outline and your note cards are really where you kind of organize the foundation of your paper. I'll, of course, be giving you steady, good feedback on that to try to help you out with your paper formation. Now, please watch the 2 videos that I have in this module, the outline and note cards module. I talk about the outline and note cards, but I also talk about, there's another video that I talk about common traps for papers, because with some of the topics, there are some common traps that people fall into that's not really the question of your paper. So I won't go through that here in detail, but please watch that video in the current module too, and watch the main video where I talk about the assignment. So please watch those 2 things, okay? It will really help you, I promise. Okay, email me with any questions, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks so much.